The child was left at the border on a night so cold, even the wolves refused to howl. Mira found him while walking home from her shift at the tavern, a small bundle wrapped in torn blankets, shivering against the wooden post that marked where her territory ended and the wilderness began. She should have kept walking. That's what everyone else had done. She could see their footprints in the snow, circling the child, but never stopping, because of the mark. On his left shoulder, dark as a bruise and shaped like a crescent moon turned backwards, was the sign everyone knew. The cursed mark. The brand that meant a child carried bad fortune, dark magic, or worse. "Please," the boy whispered when he saw her. He couldn't have been more than 5 years old. "Please don't leave me." Mira's heart shattered. She knelt in the snow and looked into his eyes. They were golden, unusual, but not evil, just terrified. "What's your name?" she asked softly. "Kai." His voice was barely audible. "They said I'm cursed. They said I bring death." "And do you?" The boy's eyes filled with tears. "I don't know. I just woke up here and everyone was gone." Mira opened her arms. "Then let's go home, Kai." The boy collapsed into her embrace, his small body racked with sobs. As she carried him toward her small cottage, she felt eyes watching from the shadows, judging, condemning. Let them watch. The pack's reaction was immediate and vicious. "You brought the cursed child into our territory?" "That mark means death, Mira." "Send him back to the border." But Mira held Kai's hand tighter and faced the pack elders with a calmness she didn't feel. "He's a child, not a curse, and if you want him gone, you'll have to go through me first." The head elder's eyes narrowed. "Then you'll be responsible for whatever darkness he brings." "I never expected the pack's protection anyway," Mira said quietly. They left her cottage alone after that. But they also left her completely isolated. No one would trade with her. No one would speak to her. It was like she'd become cursed too. But Kai bloomed. In the safety of Mira's home, the terrified child began to laugh, to play, to help her garden and learn to read. The golden eyes that had been filled with fear started to sparkle with joy. "Why did you choose me?" he asked one night by the fire. "Because everyone deserves to be chosen," Mira said simply, "and because when I looked at you, I didn't see a curse. I saw a little boy who needed a home. What if they're right? What if I am cursed?" Mira pulled him close. "Then we'll face it together. But Kai, that mark doesn't define you. Your heart does, and your heart is good." Kai buried his face in her shoulder. "I love you, Mama." It was the first time he'd called her that. Mira's eyes filled with tears. "I love you too, sweetheart." If this story is touching your heart, subscribe now, because the truth about Kai's past is about to change everything. 6 years passed. Kai grew tall and strong, helping Mira with everything. The pack still shunned them, but they'd built a life filled with love. Then, one autumn morning, the royal carriages arrived. Mira was hanging laundry when she heard the thunder of hoofs. Guards in silver armor appeared, flying the banner of the High King himself. Her blood ran cold. "Kai, go inside." But Kai had already seen them. He stood frozen, his 11-year-old frame tense. A man stepped out, tall, powerful, with unusual golden eyes like Kai's. He stared at the boy for a long moment, then he dropped to his knees. "Kai," the man whispered, his voice breaking. "You're alive." Mira stepped protectively in front of her son. "Who are you?" "I'm Theron, Alpha King of the Northern Territories." His gaze returned to Kai. "And this is my nephew, the Crown Prince who was stolen 6 years ago." The world tilted. "No," Mira breathed. "He was abandoned, with a mark painted on his shoulder to make people fear him," Theron said, his voice hardening. "Made with berry juice and ash by the woman who kidnapped him. She wanted everyone to think he was cursed, so no one would help him." He stood slowly. We've been searching for 6 years, until a merchant mentioned a cursed child with golden eyes. Kai's hand found Mira's. Mama? Theron's gaze shifted to Mira. You took him in, when everyone else left him to die. He's my son, Mira said fiercely, even as her heart was breaking. He's the heir to the throne, Theron said quietly. The only surviving member of the royal bloodline. He has responsibilities. He's 11 years old. He has a home here. Living in isolation? Shunned by your pack? Theron's voice was sad. Is that the life you want for him? Mira had no answer. Kai's hand tightened on hers. I don't remember being a prince. I don't remember any of it. Theron's expression softened. I know, but you have a kingdom that needs you, and an uncle who has spent 6 years blaming himself for not protecting you. I don't want to leave Mama, Kai said through tears. I'm not asking you to, Theron said, looking at Mira. I'm asking if she'll come with you. Mira's breath caught. What? You saved the crown prince when everyone else abandoned him. You raised him with love when he had nothing. Theron's voice was sincere. The kingdom owes you everything. Come to the palace. Stay with your son. He's not my son by blood, Mira whispered. Blood doesn't make family, Theron said quietly. Love does. Anyone can see he's yours in every way that matters. Kai looked up at her, pleading, Please, Mama. Mira thought of their simple life, their sanctuary, but also of the isolation, the rejection Kai faced daily because of her choice. Okay, she whispered. We'll go together. The palace was overwhelming, but Kai never left her side. Nobles whispered about the cursed child and his Omega mother, but Theron silenced them. This woman saw worth in my nephew when the kingdom had given up hope. She taught him kindness and love. If that doesn't qualify her to stand beside him, then we have failed to understand what truly matters. Mira was given the title of royal guardian and quarters next to Kai's, and slowly Kai began to remember fragments of his past. But he never forgot what mattered most. One night, 3 months later, Kai found Mira on the balcony. Are you sorry? He asked. That I wasn't just yours? Mira pulled him into a fierce embrace. Kai, you were always meant for extraordinary things. I saw it the first moment I held you. Then why are you sad? I'm not sad. I'm grateful. 6 years ago, I thought my life was over. Then I found you, and you gave me a reason to be brave, to believe that love is stronger than fear. She cupped his face. You were never cursed. You were a gift, my gift, and now you're the kingdom's gift too. I'm not losing you. I'm just learning to share you. You'll always be my mama, no matter what crown I wear. And I choose you again, Mira whispered, every single time. Years later, when Kai was crowned king at 18, he made his first decree. There's a belief that some children are born cursed, that marks make them unworthy of love. Today, I'm here to tell you that's a lie. He gestured to Mira, tears streaming down her face. I was abandoned as a child, left to die because of fear, but one Omega woman saw past that fear. She sacrificed everything to give me a home. His voice grew stronger. That's not a curse. That's grace. Today I'm establishing the grace decree. Any child, regardless of their marks or circumstances, will be given a home, will be given a chance, because every child deserves what she gave me, someone who chooses them. The throne room erupted in applause. You taught me that love is a choice, he said to Mira, and I choose to build a kingdom based on that truth. Mira took his hand. I'm so proud of you. I'm only here because of you, because you saw worth where everyone else saw fear. The entire kingdom learned what Mira had known all along, that the most powerful magic isn't in bloodlines or crowns. It's in the choice to love someone when the world tells you not to. It's in opening your arms when everyone else turns away. The cursed child became a beloved king. But more importantly, he became a man who never forgot the woman who chose him in the snow. And that made all the difference. You've just witnessed the power of choosing love over fear. Want more stories that remind you every soul deserves to be chosen? Subscribe to Alpha Moon Tales, where the abandoned become the extraordinary and love always finds a way.